just freaking love it. That's why I love this man. He's a big guy. He's just a big, massive piece of magic, and I just freaking love him. Josh Allen is my hot player of the week. And you were just talking about Kelsey being hot. Josh Allen is hot in every way for me too. I love him.
Oh, dear Lord. I'm sorry, but that'll never get old. But anyway, let's dive into who the NFL has picked as their players of the week this week. We will start in the AFC with players, and I have the offensive, the defensive, and the special teams, because we can't forget about that guy, because sometimes the special teams guy is who wins it for them. So starting with offense, you see my tagline, Mr. Smokey Smooth's number one. We have Joe Burrow, the quarterback of the Cincinnati Bengals, with 87.5 percentage in completions, 283 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 134.8 passer rating. He had a phenomenal game. I could have predicted this one. My man is back. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Anyway, and he takes on Mr. Massive Piece of Magic this Sunday, and I hope they win. Anyway, moving on to defense. We have Justin Simmons, safety of the Broncos. Tina Winter, if you're watching, we have a Bronco as a player of the week. He had 2 tackles. He had 1 interception and 1 fumble recovery, and he was key in their victory this last week. So good job to you, Mr. Justin Simmons. And then we have Thomas Morstead, the punter for the New York Jets. He had 11 punts. The average punt was 48.1 yards. That is how phenomenal he was punting. And he had 3 punts that were within the 5-yard mark. That is where a punter's dream is to land. So it gives the offense very little chance of making it out. So that is your AFC core of players of the week for offense, defense, and special teams. And moving on to the NFC, we have everyone's favorite quarterback with his push-tush. We have the quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles, Mr. Jalen Hurts. He had 76.3 percentage completions, 319 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 135% passer rating. He had a very good game, and he has his tush-push, which we've talked about in the past too. And for defense, sorry if I butcher this guy's last name, we have Frankie Louvu, linebacker of the Carolina Panthers. He had 12 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 2 pass deflections, and a sack. He had a very well-rounded game as a defensive player, and he really helped his team, because sometimes defense wins games. Just remember that. And for special teams in the NFC, we have Brandon Aubrey, Mr. David Wright, Miss Ash Swinton. Hey, Janae, if you can hear me, he is the kicker for your Dallas Cowboys. He had 11 points, 5 out of 5 for the points after touchdown. So he didn't miss, and he was 2 for 2 for field goals. Very integral for Dallas. Perfect game. So, hey guys, your kicker ain't so bad. So there is your NFL Players of the Week for offense, defense, special teams. Ladies and gentlemen, put your players that you think deserve to be Player of the Week in the comments section. We'd love to hear from you. Delilah, Nicole, what are your thoughts? Chime in.
Thank you for bringing the specials teams, because I think it's right. I think it's important to remember that they win and lose games, right? Like, right. I'm still traumatized by the double doink, so trust me. So yes, I'm so happy we're bringing the special teams players of the week, because they are integral. they could win you a game and they could cost you a game, and we should definitely pay more respect to those positions, as punter and kicker and place kicker, and all that core of special teams, your punt returner, all of that. So thank you for bringing those special teams players of the week as well. I think it's important to recognize them, and kudos to you, Janae. I know last year that was painful last year with last year's kicker last season. I know that was I know there was problems in Paradise with that last season. So I'm glad you've got a kicker you could trust and feel good about this season. So.
And Nicole, what are your thoughts? Do you have anyone different that you would have picked, or are you agreeing with these?
I would agree. For sure. I think everyone did have a pretty good game. I liked the punter. That was kind of cool to hear. Jalen Hurts, there's no surprise there. I'm sure he's gonna be. It's good. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the Eagles, but he'll be there. I bet you another couple times on your list. I don't know.
I have a feeling he will. I have a feeling we'll see him or AJ Brown back in conversation this year. And Anthony, I saw your comment about your offensive coordinator was player of the week because they finally benched Ritter. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I'm sorry that Ritter's not panning out for you and your offense. But kudos to your offensive coordinator for finally seeing that and putting someone else in. So there is your NFL Players of the Week. Like I said, it's a very unbiased list. I get them from the NFL. So I'm going to look doing their Players of the Month, one of these shows. So you'll see who they think is the overall player.